Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Abhi, what are you doing? Is it audible? Okay, let's start with yesterday's business standard. So, Puneet, can you go ahead with top headlines for the bank and finance related?
Sir, in yesterday's business standard, I have learned about government is planning to start a export promotion mission where they are going to invest around 2,000 to 50 crore rupees to boost exports. Like we are lagging behind in exports, we have huge trade deficit, so we want new areas where we can export goods and services. So government is planning to do so. And also, sir, fintech news tomorrow. There is, sir, recently there is not much fintech news I am getting, but today I read about HDFC is posting a 6.7% good profit, net profit they have made. Also, there is a rise of 18% in quarter 4 of ICICI Bank, and Yes Bank is also become profitable. And one news I have had, like Sanjay Malhotra, who is a RBI governor, they said that we are looking at a situation, because right now the situation is so much volatile, that we have reduced the repo rate 2 times, but we are looking for that how we can manage the whole situation and keep focusing on growing our economy.
Okay. Any other news you have read?
Yesterday, sir, yesterday I have to remember what news I have read.
Today also
Uh,
you have read, apart from business standard, any news which is related to bank and finance, you can.
Bank and finance, sir, these are the news I can say, or related to Elon Musk, that Tesla is coming in India, and Starlink is also starting their business. And another
Abhi, you
news
have
is
read any news, yesterday's business standard or
Yes,
today's any news?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today, whatever Puneet has said, I have read all those things. I just want to add on. Yesterday, I have read some more news regarding banks are actually rising, fundraising, it seems, from QIPs. They have raised somewhere around 46% this year, like increased from last year. So this is other news which I have read yesterday. And apart from this, Nirmala Sitharaman is going to America to have some talks with Trump and other people over there to talk about these tariffs and reduction in all these things. Um, Apart from this, our friend has told Governor Sir has increased the liquidity in the markets. Like he's asking people, like he's uh, telling to increase the liquidity in markets. And I just want to add on to this that recently, from last year to this till date, RBI has actually infused around 8 lakh crores into the markets just to stabilize the liquidity, because FIIs are keep taking out the money from the markets, and DAS are not able to put complete amount because of the regulations or things which they are have. But still, we are in a good condition comparatively with others. But he is just suggesting his words, like we need to infuse more just to stabilize our markets.
Another thing I have to add, now government is urging banks to participate in credit financing. They wanted to ease the credit financing for agriculture sector. Like farmers are basically facing these issues. So there is a e-Kisan portal they have started. So government wants banks to participate in this portal, and so that they can use their whatever they produce, like whatever the crops they produce, they can take the loans against it, so that they want more and more banks to participate in this sector, so that it helps the farmers to get loan easily.
Since you both have mentioned about this QIBs, since Abhi has mentioned about QIB, so when any company is going to issue IPO, there are
Yes,
two
sir.
majorly routes. Profitability norms. Under the profitability norms, there are two routes. Like in first option, we have to keep some fixed percentage of retail. Second option, we have to keep fixed percentage of QIB. So what is that
Yes, sir. Yes.
second option? How much percentage we have?
So can I talk, or you'll be taking note, Puneet?
Yeah.
You take. I don't know much about it. That it is.
Okay, then sure. So earlier, governments are holding around 90% of this ratio, this percentage. So SEBI has told them to reduce this to 75%. So the 25% which is left, they are just releasing that, and QIPs are purchasing.
So apart from these 75%, 25% is released to public.
Yes, sir. They can also release it to public, but they have chosen a much more faster way through this
No,
QIPs
no,
because they'll be
this
getting
is not correct.
faster funds.
They cannot make a 25% to retail employees. See, there are two categories apart from QIB, that is HNI and retail.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you have to bifurcate between them 10%, 15% also. Don't say straight away that 25% is.
Okay, sir. So what is that percentage, sir? Again, I cannot able to hear it.
For retail, that will be minimum 10. For the HNI,
10. Okay.
15.
Okay.
Second thing is, what is trade deficit? Puneet has mentioned.
The trade deficit means that when imports are more and your exports are less, it is a difference between imports, and when we import more and export less, it is known as trade deficit.
What import and export means? I have
Sir,
given
import
services,
means
so that will be under
importing
this.
means, sir, importing, like you can import goods and services both. From America,
Tell
we
me two
import
example of services I'm importing from America and exporting to America.
like services. Our TCS companies, Infosys are there. They're exporting their services to America, and we are importing Facebook and Android, Google. We are importing these services uh, from America, sir.
For Android and Google, we are importing the services from America. You don't know
Sir,
about localization norms of digital policy recently released.
sir, I have sorry, sir, I have not read it. That's why, sir.
Okay, how you will arrive at gross
Even
profit on any company's just profit and loss statement? How you will arrive at gross profit?
Mhm. First, sir, we calculate the sales of the company. Then we then we deduct the direct cost associated with the all the goods like COGS, cost of goods sold, opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock, and all the direct expenses associated to it. We reduce it, and then we got a gross profit.
How will come to the net profit after the gross profit?
Sir, a
we'll
net
also remove the PAT, sir, profit after tax. Then we'll be getting the net profit.
But you have not mentioned about interest in between them. You straight away you are coming, not have mentioned tax. You straight away coming to this.
sir,
You should
basically,
mention the
like,
thing, interest portion.
Sir, we have to deduct after coming to that net profit. After we have to deduct from gross profit when we calculate, we have to deduct like indirect expenses associated to the company's operating of expenses. We have already deducted the
What
indirect
are,
expenses,
tell me
non-operating
example of what are
expenses.
indirect variable expense?
Like, sir, rent can be there.
That is a indirect variable expense.
Uh,
That is
Rent
not
can
fixed
be
expense.
associated. Okay, okay, variable
What is the
like.
question, sir?
You have mentioned about expenses, indirect expenses. So under the indirect expenses, I am asking what are indirect variable expenses, not fixed one.
Variable. It can be, I can say, so depreciation can be the expense, but it is a non-cash expense. We do not have to pay to somebody else.
We can say salaries and also
Salary is
electricity bill, and apart from this,
Actually,
whatever the legal expenses we pay,
electricity bill will be actually in the case, for example, for administrative buildings, electricity bill will be fixed cost. That doesn't matter what you are producing or not. You have to pay.
yes, sir. But still, it comes under variable cost also, no, sir. Because if you are, even if you consume it or not, still you'll be having the fixed component to pay. But if you have using some electricity, it comes under this semi-variable cost, because it will be consisting both fixed and also variable. So it comes under this. It will not come.
Let us go with today's topic, GST reform.
Okay.
So
Yes,
the manner we have to speak in that topic is intro, body, and for the intro, you would have only 2 lines you have to speak. Then coming to the body, at least 3 lines. At least 3 lines means 2 bold paragraphs. That must be just signaling a good amount of words, which is just satisfying our topic, that is GST reform. There should be link of these paragraphs out of. Coming to third, that is conclusion. So for the conclusion, what you have to say is intro and body. Now conclude both and just in a manner see the future perspective, that at present we are facing this, but in future this may be reduced. If this is the problem, this may be reduced by this way, by coming technology, by liberalizing the government policies, by increasing awareness, like these things. So in this way we have to go. Go ahead, Puneet.
sir, GST is a destination-based tax which is levied on a supply of goods and services. It is introduced in 1 July 2017. It has replaced multiple taxes like VAT, service tax, excise duty, and it is a unified tax system. When we talk about what are the reforms which is required in GST system, that is one of the is a technological advancement we can introduce. Like there are lots of invoice mismatching is there, and lots of frauds happen. So technological advancement we can do. We can there are lots of rates are there, so we can reduce these rates so that we can create a demand in our economy, and we can club these rates also, so that government can also get like demand will increase, that people will purchase more and more goods, and government will increase their revenue. Also, when I talk about other things like we can bring the changes in the GST council, like we can add different people from different professions like economists, lawyers can be introduced, so that it can help in decision making. Also, there are dispute mechanism are there, so we should be focusing on increasing the efficiency of that system. I can say by introducing input tax credit is there, by simplifying the documents or simplifying the procedure of it, we can do this. In conclusion, I would say that there are the lot of things we need to do, but the government should focus on these things. These reforms will help that GST reforms will be can become more simpler, and lot of complexities are there should be reduced. And it is a great thing. We can focus on simplifying this document, and focus on implementing in a right way.
Abhi.
Yes, sir. So GST in a nutshell is like it just simplifies this whole process of this whatever earlier we used to have before 2017. Those things are like excess duty, VAT, all these things they have combined together, and they just brought into GST in a one single act. So here its primary duty is to just simplify this complexity which earlier we used to have, and bring all these things into a uniform body. So here we have a fixed tax slabs like 0%, 5%, 12, 18, and 28%. So these are again categorized into different parts of different goods. Like when it comes to zero, it will just consist of daily products like milk, eggs, and other stuff, which will not be having any GST. When it comes to 5%, you will be having the smartwatches and electronic gadgets. When it comes to 12%, you'll be having a little bit more advanced goods like phones and laptops and all. When it comes to 18%, you'll be having this washing machines and dishwashers and other stuff. And when it comes to 28%, it comes under this luxurious goods and also, which allows the people or the CAs and CMAs to file their taxes in a much uniform and easy way. And also earlier when this VAT used to be there, this VAT used to have different kinds of taxes for different kinds of states. But when GST has introduced, it just brought all these under single roof. So it also made different changes in technology, like it introduced e-way bill, e-invoices, and all this, which makes a day-to-day life much more easier for the small businesses people to file their taxes on the date. And apart from this, as we all know, the anything will be having both positives and negatives. These are all positives, but when it comes to negatives, it is still not completely refined. It still need to have some more changes in it. It needs to have some more. They need to make some more changes in this when it comes to this petroleum and alcohol. They still haven't integrated this into GST. They are still under plan to integrate this. So these all are still getting neglected just because of they have made this uniform GST. But according to my view, GST is a game changing for Indian economy, where it just makes both good and simple tax, where everybody can easily access that and also have their own. They can easily file their taxes. So this all just brings up in a way that GST has both 50-50 of both negatives and positives. But when we see in a broader view or for a long-term view, GST has been significantly transformed India's indirect tax landscape. So as far as me, I support GST. So this is what my view.
So how was it, Puneet? What Abhi has said?
Sir, sir, I have to review Abhi's or mine. You are asking.
See, when we are just going for the OCT, firstly fix your timing of 2 minutes. Don't
Okay, sir. Okay.
shake your whole body. Don't shake your eye contact. Be strict to specific panelist. Getting this thing. Just don't try that I am just getting them understand, or their children's, and I am just making them understand in that way. When you use specific information like GST on watch, how much percentage is Abhi?
On GST and watch, it's around 12%, sir. Smartwatches.
Okay. Puneet, what he has said earlier in their intro, GST on watch was how much percent?
Sir, sorry, sir. I also don't
So
remember
Abhi
that
has
what he
said
has said.
actually 5% is levied on watch. So it is actually 18%, not 5 or not 12.
Okay, okay, sir.
Actually, it is not necessary you use any specific information unless you are very much sure. Otherwise, you will get into the trap. So this is not the way you have to go in intro body conclusion. First of all, 2 minutes you have for the whole thing. In intro, say specific point. For example, intro should be like this. GST stand for Goods and Services Tax, implemented under 101th Amendment on the recommendation of Vijay Kelkar. How it sounds?
Good, sir.
It is different from your all colleague, whoever
Yes,
colleague
sir.
will come, this they will same thing what you have said. But what will take you to another level? Coming to the body, you have to speak like this thing. 0%, 5%, 18% slots are there. Then pros and cons in the conclusion. That's all. Don't make it complex. Very, very simple thing. When you read your self-written notes, like on these topics, you should feel, oh my God, this is so good. You know, don't say any generic topic, any generic information you are throwing, what everyone knows. Just tell them very specific. So be prepared for the next topics like this. Getting these things. So today we will
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead with our name-based question. That is the first part of PI. So actually in PI they can start in any way, but most 90% PI start with tell us something about yourself. But we will not focus on that. We will just focus on our fragmented way. Means tell us something about yourself, then subsequently what question will. So name this question. Puneet, can you tell me what does your name signify or what does it mean?
Sir, Puneet means that pure, to be pure, pavitra in Hindi, what we used to call.
Okay. Abhi,
Sir, Abhiram is actually taken from the Lord Shiva, and it signifies that he is a handsome person. So this is what actual meaning of Abhiram.
okay. So what is the meaning of Ram with Abhi?
There is no particular way, sir, but I just have a normal way that my mom has kept it. There is no significant way to keep a name in certain way. So she just clubbed it.
Yes. So whenever panelists will ask or go into the depth of your name, just answer with a smile. Don't get hesitate ki I have to answer fixed figure or anything from Google you have read but you are unable to remember at that time you have to answer that. Oh sorry sir, I am forgetting that. This is not the way. To answer anything about your name na means they also don't know why your name was this. But you said some initial points about the name. So for the name, you are very clear that you will answer this. Whatever question subsequently will come, you have to fight with that. Lord Shiva, they can also ask about who is Lord Shiva. What you will say?
He is just an entity. He is just a god. That's it. He's just a form
Just
of
a
god.
God. No, no, this is not the way. See, you have to respect all other religion. Na? This is not the way that he is just a God, just an entity. What does it signify?
Sir, we can say that it is
He
a
just
eternal superpower which helps you, helps basically uh,
Yes, he is a
Lord
God.
Shiva.
Simply you say he is a God. That's all.
Okay, sir.
He's a God, and many persons religious sentiments are attached with him, like these things. So we have to very neutral. Don't go so upper level or lower level. We have to be very neutral. Getting this thing. So for the tomorrow, your topic will be 5 trillion economy. Please fix your timing to 2 minutes, not more than that.
Okay.
Because the more you will
okay.
stretch, panelist retention power will decrease over the time. They will start boring with that wording. So for tomorrow, there is a very important thing, location-based question. Since you belong and you have resided, your native place is different, Abhi, then you have to just think about it. And Puneet, you also from Gwalior to Bhopal, so you are expected to know everything about Gwalior and Bhopal itself.
Okay, sir.
Getting this thing means whatever be the case. If for anyone you are just saying that I am from Gwalior, what question he can expect? What are some visiting places from Gwalior? I have to visit that place. What are some religious place from the Gwalior? Who is current MP? If he was in news or not? If your Gwalior's MP, previous MP, has been selected as a CM of this tenure, then it will be matter of concern. Highlighted part this will. So like these things, politically motivated things, social motivated things means how much population you have in Gwalior, then what is the poverty level like this thing. Not exact poverty level in the sense, you have to take a guess mark. Give me a minute.
Sorry, sir, I cannot.
Are you applying from CMAT exam in NIBM or any CAT? CAT is also you have given.
No, I just gave GMAT.
GMAT. So in GMAT, what was your score? Like everyone gives GMAT to go abroad. I see most of the people like.
Yeah, that was actually my previous year's plan, but right now the conditions over there are not at all good, so I just stick to India itself.
I have given CMAT exam basically, so through that I have applied to NIBM.
Yeah. So what was your score in that?
Score is 97 percentile actually, and it was a category, so I'm getting the benefit of it.
Okay. So mine is same, 97% in GMAT.
So see, for the tomorrow you have location-based question and 5 trillion economy is the topic. Now coming to this point, we have next is bank basics. We are going to just get into it. So let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
So see, today we are going with Central Bank of India, that is RBI. Regarding this, we are going to study. I will give you PDF after one day so that you can take a print out of this. But before that, please just drop email ID of yours to my WhatsApp number so that I may share it with you online.
Sure.
See, Reserve Bank of India is Central Bank of India having a capital of 5 CR, that is a share capital. It established in April 1935 on the recommendation of Hilton and Commission. So established in 1935, nationalized in 1949. This thing you have to remember when it was nationalized. You have to update the names of governor and deputy governor in this.
Okay, sir.
Getting this thing, because deputy governor frequently changes, so there is a no need that we fix something and we just update it. What are powers of RBI? So RBI what is does? So they basically derive power from the 1934 Act and 1949 Banking Regulation Act itself. So two act they have. Now supervision and control over commercial banks is a main power of RBI. So this can be done by more ways like licensing and establishment and branch expansion, liquidity of their assets, management and methods of working, merger. If you have to do the merger of the banks, you have to take the prior approval of RBI, reconstruction and liquidation, functions of RBI. That is the issue of currency. So RBI is sole authority for the issue of currency. That's why we call it a bank of issue. Now, under the Section 22 of RBI Act 1934, RBI has a sole right to issue bank notes of all denomination except 1 rupee. So 1 rupee is Ministry of Finance they are issuing. So they are acting as a banker to government, means everything they are performing as a manager for the government of India. Loans, treasury bills, any loan they have to give to the banks in case of emergency. They are doing this thing also. Now, second question is why RBI cannot print as much as money? Because the money is being printed against the reserve RBI has. Means if RBI system mandates the assets of 200 crores rupees, then they can only print 200 crores. Getting this thing. Now, Not more than that. If they will print more than that currency, then there will be inflation chances in the country, huge inflation. Bankers bank, they regulate the bank, they give the loan to the bank for the proper functioning. They solve the customers' complaint regarding the banks, and they penalize the bank for the same. That's a bankers. Foreign exchange reserves on behalf of government of India, they are also keeping when there is a necessity that our rupee is declining and dollar is increasing in its value, then we will release our foreign exchange reserve. Second thing is controller of credit, like with help of repo rate, reverse repo rate, they are controlling credit. And also CRR, SLR, they are also controlling credit. Lender of last resort means if anything in emergency, the bank in emergency get in touch with RBI and get help from RBI itself. Case of emergency. There are some subsidiaries of RBI, that is the Deposit Insurance and Trade Guarantee Corporation of India, in which you have deposited some amount in public or private bank, then you will get your money in case of default, in case of liquidation of that bank. There is a printing machinery, that is a Bharati Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited. The Reserve Bank established this in 1995, जिसमें they are printing the currency other than 1 rupee note.
My father works here, sir.
Okay, is working here.
In BNPM, Mysore.
Okay. So see, let us come with our monetary policy. So monetary policy is basically checking the health of our liquidity in the banking system and managing the same by calibrating the repo rate, reverse repo rate, CRR, SLR, like these things. There are two types of measure we can take with the help of monetary policy, that is a quantitative measure and qualitative measure. So what are quantitative measures is open market operation. It refers to buying and selling of government securities by RBI in open market. So that is they are selling the securities, absorbing the liquidity. They are buying the securities, giving the liquidity in the market. Getting this thing? Second is CRR. What recently RBI has taken this CRR means you have taken 100 rupees cash. If CRR is 4%, you have to keep 4 rupees in your pocket and rest 96 rupees to the market for the loan. That is CRR. Cash reserve you have to keep. Second is SLR, the same as a CRR, but you have to keep in form of liquidity, high liquid asset you have to keep. The moment you have taken any deposit from public, suppose 100 rupees deposit and 18% is SLR. 100 rupees is cash deposit, you have to keep 4 rupees like this. CRR, SLR is 18%. So out of 100, you have to keep either cash or any gold you have received in. So how much reserve you are keeping? 22 rupees. Getting this thing? 22 rupees reserve you are keeping. If any ratio has been increased, then the reserve will be increased and the capacity to lend the same will decrease. So reserve is necessary. That is a minimum margin you have to keep. Liquidity adjustment facility means we will discuss in later. There are some rates like repo rates, reverse repo rates. Between these rates, the liquidity adjustment facility is being done. There is a window of liquidity adjustment. So what is repo rate? RBI gives the loan to the bank against securities at repo rate, and bank gives the loan to the public against some security at interest rate. They are interlinked. What is reverse repo rate? If the bank has more money and they want to earn interest over it, they can deposit that money to the RBI and RBI give interest to them, because with that amount the liquidity will decrease into the market. Second is marginal standing facility. So under the SLR quota, if you will dip into it and buy for some time, some specific time, against these SLR securities, you can take the loan. That is called marginal standing facility. And of course, this is taken into the emergency situation. And it is of higher rate of repo rate because it's emergency. Emergency always costly. Any doubt you have till now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that CRR and SLR is there, no, sir. For CRR, it is 4%. And for SLR, it is 22%, right?
No. Both reserve inclusion is 22, 4% CRR, 18%. I am giving example. Check the correct figure because figures are deviating every monetary policy committee meeting. You know,
Okay,
you
sir.
can check
Okay,
with
sir.
RBI website also. Puneet, any doubt you have? I will give this PDF to you. Please take print out and read it again and again. So from bank rate, we will continue tomorrow because revision is more important than ending the PDF.
Okay.
Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.